Hi everybody, it's the 3rd of December and we're still looking at this oscillator thing here. And if you missed the last two videos, we started on the 1st of December, so you can rewatch them. What we had is, we have these shapes, the sine wave, the triangle, the sawtooth, the alternating sawtooth and the square wave, and we could mix them and we could give them a repeat number here and we could give it even negative values. So we get interesting waveforms, which can sound like this. But today we have two new rows here, and I want to show you this with the triangle wave. So let's put that in the original octave and give it a positive value. So this would be what we call a triangle wave. And with these two new rows here, we can deform this. So this is what we call a linear shape. So we have a linear rising and a linear falling and a linear rising again. But I can click this linear here and put it to S shape. And here I can set the deformation amount. So now it's not deformed and I can raise this value and now it deforms, as you can see, which gives us a different sound. So let's hear that before and after. And I think you can see why it's called an S shape, because the linear rising here turns into a kind of an S. And we have a third choice, and this is exponential deforming. So this will make these spikes here when we turn it all the way up, which can sound like this. Or we can turn it down and it makes something like this, which is nearly a square wave. So you hear this can have quite a big impact on the sound. And maybe let's see that with another shape. So I put this to 0 and maybe this time use alternating and use an S shape or exponential shape. And of course, yes, with all these options, we can still mix this stuff. So we take this square wave and we take a saw wave, and the saw wave should be deformed. But hey, what's this? It says off, and we can't choose off here. And that's because the square wave has another kind of deformation here. And I think that's quite obvious. A regular square wave is up and then down and has no transitions between that. So there's nothing to give it an exponential or S-shaped form. So the deformation for the square wave is what we call a pulse width deformation. So the pulse of how much is it up and how much is it down can be changed. And this has also a big impact on the sound. Let's hear that. And now let's mix that. And yes, I think you all heard these audio artifacts while I was changing the values when playing a note. So keep in mind that all this oscillator setup can be done, but these are not performance controls. So these artifacts will not hurt when designing a sound, but during playback in a song, you shouldn't change these values. The only value that you can actually change without having these artifacts is the pulse width modulation there. So I hope you all have fun deforming your waveforms, and that's it for today, and bye bye.